Appreciate you taking the time for me today.
You're quite welcome.
Yeah. Just show you one of the things. This is one of the books that I worked on previously. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
No.
Yeah, this is probably the
Never
publisher that I'm
seen
going to
one.
work with. Yeah, it's Apogee Books publishes these mission report books, and I supplied the flight log and stuff for this thing. So
How
I
interesting.
have one of the most complete flight logs of the X-15 program. There's like a million different flight logs out there, and none of them were ever properly accurate or whatever. They didn't match each other.
Didn't
so.
Milt Thompson write a big book about the X-15?
He had a nice book. I actually worked with him, and
I have that.
okay, yeah, it was a very, very good book and stuff. He was the very first person I actually ever interviewed.
Very detailed,
Yeah.
that book.
Yeah.
He called me about it too.
Oh yeah. Oh, he was a great guy. I spent a lot of time with him and stuff. Yeah, I spent a lot of time up at Edwards. And do you know Jack Koff, or did you know Jack Koff? He was
No.
one of the flight planners, and he and Milt were best buddies.
No.
And yeah, so I spent a lot of time with them up there. And, yeah, they were pretty good. So yeah, I supplied my flight log to them once I got it finished and things. So, and actually after this came out, some new information came to light. So the one that'll be in my book will be even more accurate than what we've got in here. So looking forward to that.
A lot of research.
Oh yes, yes, very, very much. It's pretty amazing. The program, still nobody's beat this program, after all these
No.
years and stuff.
Never.
Yeah. So were you familiar with the X-15 program before Mike got chosen for the program?
No, not really.
Yeah. What did he come home one day? How did he tell you what he was going to be doing?
He started, throwing out hints, and I was not for it.
Oh yeah.
No.
Oh.
I was not.
Yeah. Was this something? Well, now he'd already been chosen for the Manned Orbiting Laboratory program.
No.
Oh, this is before that. Okay.
Right. He went out with the X-15 program in his mind.
Uh-huh.
So when he went out, of course, he had to go through the space schools, those two
Right.
space schools.
Right.
And he kept throwing in this, he'd been talking with different people about the X-15 program.
Uh-huh.
And I said, no, you'll be killed. No, I don't want you to do that. That's too dangerous. No, he was just, it'll be just fine, So that's the way I remember. We were in Illinois. But so then when we get out there, of course, he had to be selected. So
Right.
it was a long process.
Yeah.
He had to go through the school.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I think he went through the last one that had the double 6 months, or something like that. They had two separate things on it.
Yeah. So it was quite a change going from Illinois to Edwards.
Yes. Oh, yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I got there and I thought, this is the end of the world, And then I learned to love it.
Yeah. How long were you actually out there?
Well, I'm thinking 13 years now. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
No, it was not that long.
Mm.
No, about 8 years.
8 years.
Yeah,
Okay.
about 8
'Cause
years.
So you first moved out there when he went in to become a student at the
Right.
Aerospace Test Pilot School.
In about 1961.
Okay.
Right.
And then stayed there through after
67,
after
right.
the crash.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's back up even further and tell me, how'd you first meet Mike?
He came back from Korea, and they came into England Air Force Base in Alexandria, and that's where I was living.
Uh-huh.
So we had a real nice base there, and they were flying. They were in the 613th, and I had a friend who had a car agency, and my brother did too. My brother knew this man, Forrest Kemp, and he and Mike were from Sacramento, but Forrest was 10 years older than Mike. But when Mike had this old souped-up Oldsmobile, and he would take it by for work on it and everything, and he got to know Forrest, and they were talking about it, and he said that they had gone to the same high school, lived on same streets, but not the same street, but very close proximity, but 10 years apart. So then they got to thinking, and my brother too, they'd say, well, why don't we just, I was single, I had not married at all. And he said, we'll get them together, you know. So they would try to fix us up, get us to go to, you know, set up a party, and they'd call me. I can't do that this time. I'm doing so-and-so. And they did that about, I bet you, 4 or 5 times. It just got ridiculous. And I'd say, no, I already have plans, or I can't do this. I have to take my mother somewhere, and this, that, and the other. And Big Mike called and one night, and he had this real deep voice, and he said, and I had a friend spending the night with me, and he said, I just called and said, this is Mike Adams, and I was just wondering if you'd like to go to a movie on Wednesday night. And he said, and if we don't like each other, we don't have to waste a weekend. And I laughed so hard. I fell on the floor practically. I told my friend, I said, this is a new twist. And that's how we met. I said, yeah, I'd love to go to the movie with you. Don't waste a weekend.
Do you remember what movie you went to?
No, but I remember the last movie we saw,
Oh, yeah.
Dr. Zhivago.
Oh, yeah. That's one of my mother's favorites, too.
It
Oh,
really
yeah.
was.
Oh,
Yes, I remember that. But we had a lot of fun. And when you go with Mike, you went out in the boonies. You went to places where you could shoot, or you went with a picnic basket and you went out and found places where you would out in the nature. You were always out somewhere like that. And we'd go way out. Oh yes, and another interesting thing he told my mom and me, if we would go out on this where he shot landings. It was a abandoned Air Force military base. I've forgotten what it is. I did know it then, but this has been a long time ago.
Yeah.
And so we went out, and he was going to show us what he could do, you know, with the plane. And he scared us so bad, we jumped back in the car, and I said, Mom, let's go before he kills himself. Because he was going down and doing all those things that he could not do in town, you know.
Yeah.
He's a good pilot.
So how long did you go together before you got married?
You know, I think it was less than 2 years, a year and a half or something.
Yeah.
And that was another interesting story. I just knew I would get a ring. I was ready. I was at the age, I was, you know, past the time most of my friends were married. I just had just not found who I wanted to settle down with. But I decided he might be the one, you know, so I had made up my mind. And I thought, at Christmas time, I thought he would give me a ring. I was all excited. I got a 20 gauge shotgun. Well, that didn't fly too well, but anyway, we did, not long after that, we did make plans, you know. So we married in January, and not long after that, he had to leave to go on a TDY, 6 months TDY tour to Germany. When he returned, it was like a stranger had gotten off that big old C-135. They came back in that big thing. And we just had to get to know each other all over.
Wow. How long was he gone?
6 months.
6 months. Wow.
I didn't, you know, we'd only been married not long at all.
Yeah.
So that was interesting.
What was he doing over in Germany?
They were with the 613th, and they had to go over Chamonix and places like that, and they were doing whatever the Air Force had them doing.
Okay.
You know, I really don't know.
Yeah. So
But he spent most of his time shopping for the list that I had sent him. I still have things that he brought. The clock from Germany, and that was in way back, and we married in 55, so you can imagine prices were probably great, and that clock has never quit running.
Wow.
It's a German clock that has a pendulum.
Oh, okay.
So,
All right. Did he ever take you over there himself?
no,
Ah,
no,
yeah. Never got a chance to go back over there. Yeah.
no.
Yeah. So he was only there for 6 months. So that wasn't a lot of time for him either.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
But he taught himself, and now when he was in Korea, he taught himself to play an accordion.
Oh yeah.
And he would, this funny thing, he was a quiet man, you know, but he had a good sense of humor. Brent's a lot like him. He was, this is another story I remember, he was in Korea, you know, they were playing the radio, listening to the radio,
Mhm.
and it was his radio, I guess, and that thing was creating such a disturbance, so much static, it was aggravating him, so he shot it. I said, Mike, I can't believe that. I wouldn't tell that.
He definitely had a thing for guns.
He loved guns. Oh, he would get on a kick, wherever we were, and his mother would come to visit every year. She would fly out to visit. His father died in '54, so I didn't really know him. And he decided he wanted a Colt 45. What was that pistol he wanted? That's not it.
Hmm.
Well, that's all he talked about
Yeah.
till we finally had to come up and say he could have it. Colt 45. I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
Anyway, he has quite a collection of
Mhm.
guns. Beautiful collection.
Yeah. So what did you do with that shotgun that he gave you for Christmas?
I kept it, and we
Yeah.
would go shooting. I could shoot really quite well. I'd grown up, my brother and I, shooting. But just target. I don't like hunting,
Mm.
but I could shoot with a .22, and real good. I was real accurate with target shooting and all, and I could just beat a lot of them with skeet shooting. Beat the guys that with skeet shooting. But then I kept that for and gave it to one of my grandchildren.
Oh, okay. All right. What happened to the rest of his gun collection?
We have them.
Oh, you still
I'm waiting for Brent to take them.
Excuse me. Now I get a cough.
You
Yeah.
you got water?
Yeah, still got some water.
Would you like a mint?
Oh, I should be okay.
Yeah, we have them. He polished them. You did not touch those guns because that would leave perspiration on.
Mm.
Very particular. And he would reload.
Mm-hmm.
He had a lot of talents like that. I always said he liked flying, hunting, and family, and almost in that order.
Mm. So now, when you got remarried, now you said that he doesn't really into the outdoor stuff and
No.
whatever. So you
No.
just stopped all that then.
Go to
pretty
plays. We go
Yeah.
to plays.
Yeah.
And ballet.
Ah, okay. When you went outdoors with him and stuff, did you go camping also, or was it
Oh
just
no,
the day trips?
he would go camping,
Okay.
and I have been. Yes, that was fun, but they'd have to find a place where they had a cabin,
Right.
like down in Yuma, Arizona, and places like that. But when we'd go to California, or Sacramento. I would stay at his mother's, and he'd go up in the mountains with, and hunt.
Yeah.
I went with him once up in the Sierras. I was going to trek along with him.
Hmm.
That light air just knocked me out. I fell on the side of that mountain. I thought, I don't care if you never come back for me.
Yeah, they can definitely take you out up there.
That was bad news.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But when we would drive way up in Colorado, he'd arrange these vacations. All of us would have to go, whether we wanted to or not. That was to get him to hunt, and that was Lost Lake or something. It was
Wow.
it was high,
Yeah.
and just very remote.
Mhm.
That was what he liked.
Yeah.
But he would go hunting in Utah and different places like that with his fellow pilots and all, like Chuck Yeager and a dentist that was there. Forgotten his name right now.
Okay. Out of the pilots that were there, who do you think his closest buddy was for doing these types of things? Was it Yeager or?
That was one of his hunting friends,
Yeah.
and the dentist that I can't think of his name right now, but his close friends in the test pilot program and all were like Dick Truly and Dave Scott, Cruz, real good friends with him.
Was he close with any of the other X-15 pilots?
Jack McKay
Okay.
and Bill Dana
Mm-hmm.
and Pete Knight.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't just run around together, but they were, were together a good bit. I'm
Okay.
thinking who else? I don't know that he and Joe Engel really chummed together. They were just, got together when we were all at different parties.
Yeah. Was there when he did get into the X-15 program, since he was friends with Joe Engel, not great friends and stuff, you know, not real close friends, but do you think that Joe might have had some influence on his selection as X-15 pilot?
Could have. Yes.
Okay. So he was coming off the manned orbiting laboratory program, maybe, yeah, trying to get a slot for a friend there or something, you know, with the X-15.
Oh, you mean to get him into the X-15?
Yeah.
No, because I don't think Joe Engel was even in the X-15 program when Mike was selected.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think. Now wait, let me think.
Yeah, because Mike took over for Joe.
That's right.
Officially,
That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm
yeah.
not sure. Could have
Yeah.
been.
I may have to talk to
They
Joe
were
about
friends.
that again.
Yeah. I could not answer that.
Okay. Yeah. Well, let's go back a bit then. Now, when you first got to Edwards, of course, the whole idea of going to Edwards, I guess, was that he was sort of working toward becoming an astronaut,
Yes.
but of course hadn't been selected as an astronaut or the manned orbiting lab at that time. He was just going through the test pilot school, right?
Right.
Okay. Yeah. So, but he knew pretty much right off that you were not really that much in favor of him becoming an astronaut at that
Well, it
time?
was an X-15. We had not reached the astronaut
Okay.
situation. This was X-15.
Okay. Okay.
That was what he was shooting for at the time.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Those first 7
Mhm.
were the elite group. He wasn't even vying for that at that time. Now he might have been in his mind. He did not talk much.
Yeah.
He's not going to tell you everything, you know.
Yeah.
Me.
He had his own career path that he was
Yes,
following.
yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, can you tell me about his time on the manned orbiting lab program? It was sort of a sidestep then, I guess, before the X-15, and then it got canceled, and then he went
Now,
on to
we
the
were
X-15.
real excited that they were chosen. You know, everything was just really, we thought, real exciting because they would just choose certain ones that they were the top people at the time.
Yeah.
You know, so that was exciting, and they were just busy doing what they had to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And threatened to move us to L.A. He did not want to move to L.A.
Mm.
I did not want to move to L.A.
Yeah.
So we didn't have to move to L.A.
That's a good thing. Well, when he was with the mole program, where was he stationed? Was he still
Edwards.
He was at Edwards throughout that
Yes.
whole time?
Yes.
Okay. Was he taking TDYs back to the manufacturer or whatever? I'm trying to remember.
Wherever they would go.
I'm trying to remember. I think that was
Seemed like
actually.
it was over on the West Coast that they would
Yeah, I was thinking
go.
that was like Douglas, so that would actually be right there on the West
Yes.
Coast. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
I remember.
Okay, so he didn't have to take a lot of
No.
trips far away. Yeah. Was he the kind of guy that shared all this with you?
No.
Oh, okay. No. He didn't bring his job home and talk to you about what he went through that day? Or
No.
Oh, yeah.
We could ride for miles when we'd cross country. We spent many hours coming from Boston back to Louisiana on over to Sacramento. He'd drive and ride. I said, "You haven't said anything in so many miles." He said, "I'm working problems in my head."
Okay.
So if that answers your question.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, always thinking,
Yes.
always thinking, yeah. So when he did leave the mole program and went into the X-15, what were your thoughts at that time?
Oh, by this time it was getting exciting, you know.
Yeah.
You kind of pushed the other back, and he was going to be the one who would take such good care of himself, and he was an excellent pilot, you know. And you always knew there was, you know, something could go wrong, but you never thought it would be you, you know.
Yeah.
It'd always be the other person. Of course, there were accidents once a month or so.
Yeah.
You know, it would be so traumatic, and but not in the X-15. I'm just talking about our friends who flew right in our neighborhood and things like that. And our good friend Joe Vasquez, who was a helicopter pilot, got hit in the head with stepping out, bringing men in, you know, for different things, and he just about got scalped, but they put a plate in his head and he lived on, you know. He was fine.
Yeah.
So it was just something all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, there were so many accidents out there during those early days. It's
Oh, it
amazing
was.
that there are not more accidents today.
Yes.
You know, it's very, very few and far between where they have an accident out
Right,
there anymore.
right.
I can't remember the last time I heard of one out there. So,
Many a
Yeah.
nice guy
oh yeah, yeah.
crashed.
Well, certainly, you know, people will be, you know, the heritage of Mike and the rest of the people out there is what I think has led to the safety that we have now
Yes.
out there. You know, that's definitely one of the things they've left us. Now, so you were pretty excited when you got onto the X-15
Oh, yes,
program itself? Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like living in a, just a unique world, because that was a special thing, and they treated you differently, and the kids were all excited. They got along fine too. They were young though.
Mm-hmm.
Boys were a little older. Lisa was only 6.
Okay. And when was it that he was actually chosen for the program?
Probably in 65 or 66. It wasn't long,
Yeah. Yeah, he's only had a few flights on the program.
about 7 or
Yeah.
8, something like
Right.
that.
Okay. So, had you been following the X-15 program before he got chosen? You were.
No, only after he started talking about it.
Oh, okay.
No.
Then you started getting excited about it and seeing what it was all about at that point?
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
Yeah. So I bet you never saw the movie X-15. Did you ever see that?
I have.
Oh, you have?
But since. Mhm.
Yeah, okay,
Yes.
yeah. Charles Bronson, X-15 pilot, yeah.
I can't say that I was totally enamored with it.
Okay. That seems to be what most people think of it.
Because you could see, you know that you've been there,
Right.
and it was a little, left something to be desired.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But they tried.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I liked some of the others that they've done, the right stuff or something,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
that one with Tom Hanks and his
Apollo 13.
Apollo 13. That was
Oh, yeah.
good.
Yeah,
That was good.
yeah. So you did like the right stuff. Did you read the book also?
Oh yes, and
Yeah.
Chuck Yeager's book is great.
Yeah.
It is.
Hmm.
Right stuff is good.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of the pilots for some reason don't like the right stuff, and I'm
Oh, I do it.
not quite sure why. Well, they especially don't like the movie. They don't like the movie version of it. And,
Yeah, well.
they had to take certain liberties, but that's what you have to do
Yeah,
with any movie.
I can understand that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but still, I thought, the right stuff was very good at keeping the feeling of the time
Mhm.
alive more
Mhm.
than anything else. And it's funny because I know a lot of the astronauts have complained about the right stuff and said, "Oh, it's totally inaccurate," and then they go out and write their own books. And it's like, I've already read all this stuff. I read it in the right stuff. They're saying the same
That's
thing.
right.
You did pretty good at
You
getting
did.
it right.
You
Yeah.
did. It wasn't
Yeah.
bad at all.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know even the cover had the X-15 on it of the original book, and it was too bad the X-15 never got into the movie.
I know it. I know
Yeah,
it.
yeah. That was a big disappointment. Well, it made it into one scene in the movie. There's a model of it sitting on Pancho Barnes' bar one time, and
Yes.
that's as close as it
They've
got.
overlooked the X-15 in a number of instances,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I thought, and it was such a special program.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it did some pretty amazing things,
They
and
did.
a lot of people just overlook it.
I tell them
completely.
it was the prelude to the space program. They
Oh,
wouldn't
yeah.
be where they are today had
Absolutely.
it not been for those brave guys and
Oh, yeah.
test pilots who.
Yeah, yeah. The space shuttle certainly, its whole heritage is directly from the X-15.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah, and so many people just completely ignore that, forget that. Talking about the X-15, it's like the F-15. It's like no, not
I
the.
know it.
Yeah, it's not a fighter plane. Yeah. Didn't have missiles on it or anything.
I could just quote everything about it. I knew it was 50 feet long. It was
Oh.
black, and and how long it would. They have to get so high and then drop it, and
Oh, yeah.
and then ignite the rockets, and you'd go so fast, and then come back in on your own inertia.
Oh, yeah. Well, now you said you went out for all of Mike's
Yes.
flights. Yeah.
Yes, his mother and I were there for the last flight.
Right, right. Well, let's talk about the first time you went out to watch a flight. How was that?
It's scary but exciting, and it was just like Flash Gordon. You just get caught up in it, but you're inside. You're thinking, oh, is this going to go all right?
Yeah. Now, where were you when you went out there? Were you able to watch him getting in the airplane or something? Were you
Yes,
in the
they
control
would
room?
bring us out
Okay.
take us out in a trailer
Uh-huh.
and get us pretty close, out like that and all.
Uh-huh.
You watch him walk across and all like that.
Yeah.
They were pretty good about things like that.
Yeah. Did he wave at you? Did he see you out there also?
I guess. But once you got in the ship, you couldn't,
Right.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I was just always standing there, wide-eyed. But, and I can still see him walking out slowly, like you have to walk kind of like a robot
Oh, yeah.
till get
Yeah,
out.
that suit, you couldn't even stand up straight in that
Right,
spacesuit. Yeah.
right. But he always let me know,
Uh-huh.
that when the flight would be, and a lot of times it would be, they would be aborted.
Mhm.
Least little thing go wrong.
Oh, yeah.
It was all right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So were you actually out on the lake bed area or close to the lake?
No, we were in the control room.
What about the takeoff of the B-52 itself? Did you get to see that as the B-52 took off?
Yes, as far as I know.
Okay,
yeah.
so you
As far as I
did.
can
So you
remember.
weren't in the control room during that part. You go into the control room after
Right,
the
I
B-52
suppose
took
so,
off.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And then during the mission, you can't see too much of the mission.
Right, that's right.
Because they were usually way up
Right.
uprange and
Mhm,
stuff, right?
mhm.
Yeah. Okay. And then were you able to go back out for the landing, or?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. Mhm.
So you were riding along on one of the.
And as I remember, I don't remember when they would have a flight, except for that last one.
Mhm.
I remember being where the mission, where Pete Knight was sitting in there, they were doing all that.
Mhm.
It seems to me that I was on the desert I was out on the lake bed most of the time
Mhm.
when those other flights were going. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Well, the flight itself is pretty short. It's only about
Yeah, that's
9 minutes
right.
or so.
Uh-huh. And they may have sat me back in the trailer or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe Brent would remember that. I didn't take them though every time.
Hmm. But he did go out also, sometimes.
I don't know. I'll have to ask him.
Okay. Okay. Well, it's unusual that as his wife, he did go out there many times. A lot of the wives I've talked to and stuff were like, no. He.
I don't think I
didn't
missed
wanna
a
do that."
one.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely good. Now, after the flight, did he come back? Did he talk to you about the flight? The experience of the flight at all?
Some.
Yeah. What did he have to say?
Larry, I don't remember, but he was a man of few words.
Hmm.
Probably, I don't remember him discussing too much about it. I wish I could tell you, but I
That's
really
okay.
don't remember him saying, they're just so, I can remember him saying, we're just too busy
Mhm.
to worry about anything. You're just so busy doing this and doing that.
Yeah. Did he, or could you tell, like there was times between the flights and stuff, so could you tell when it was leading up to a flight, even if he hadn't told you yet, just by his demeanor or
I
something?
should have.
Yeah.
But I had 3 little kids, and
Oh,
I may
okay.
have been busy and not paying close attention.
Yeah.
But he was probably uptight more times than I knew.
Mm, yeah. How about after the flight? Could you just tell after the flight the adrenaline rush or anything like that? Was there any difference?
Not with Mike.
Yeah. He was always pretty laid back.
Yeah, well, quiet.
Very quiet.
Very, very stoic.
Mm, okay. Yeah. That's one of the.
His friends probably saw more of the aftermath than I.
Right. Okay. It's one of the reasons too why I really wanted to talk to you and to Brent and stuff about him, and what I got from his brother too, because Mike has always been, as I say, stoic is exactly the word I've used before. You just look, you see the pictures, he's standing there next to the aircraft or whatever, and there's not that much out there about him because
Very undemonstrative.
yeah, exactly. So that was one of the things was, I needed to learn more about the guy, who he was and stuff to get away from that, stiff picture, standing in front of the
Right.
airplane or something.
He was a deep guy, but he was very dedicated.
Mhm.
When he set his mind to something,
Mm-hmm.
he did not waver.
Yeah.
It would get done.
Now, besides the outdoors, the hunting, things like that, what other things did he really get into?
Shooting,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
pistol shooting, rifle.
Uh-huh.
He won lots of awards for that.
Uh-huh.
They'd go to San Diego we lived there, and then when they were in Illinois, we'd go places for that. I had a German friend, a man that was in the, he was a non-com, and they were the best of friends, Carl Moss, and they would go on these shooting trips.
Oh, okay.
Loved to go fishing, loved to go hunting, he would
Yeah.
but he would have to take his family just to, to keep so he'd get to go.
Yeah.
We had to go many a camping. I mean, up at a lake or something
Right.
when I really had rather done something else, but we all got to go.
Yeah. All right. Did he get into other aspects of aeronautics and stuff? What other programs did he work on besides the X-15? Was he working on anything else, or was he dedicated solely to the X-15?
Once we got into the X-15, that was it.
That was it. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And I am sure that he hoped eventually to get into NASA.
Hmm. Yeah, that's what he was working toward.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And you said that he went to the centrifuge, and he was doing all these other programs. What can you tell me about that aspect of him? Did he follow the space program? Was he following Apollo to the moon and things like that? The progress of the program.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Were you right there next to him on the edge of your seat
No.
during all that? No.
No.
Yeah. Where did you? Now, you said you were excited by the X-15 program. Were you hoping then that he would go on?
Yes.
You said at the beginning
Oh,
that
yes.
you were trepidatious about that.
I was.
But now, so you sort of turned around?
Right.
Okay.
Now we're pushing for what he wants,
Oh, okay.
And it was all so exciting, and this was the latest thing, and this was a select group of people and men, and you wanted to get on board.
Mhm.
So we got caught up in it.
Yeah. Tell me again, you were talking a little earlier before we started the interview about the time when you were thinking that he might be selected as an astronaut, and Dave Scott was announced and he wasn't. Can you tell me a little bit about that again?
It was we'd stayed back, and they had gone to Europe. I don't know how long they stayed that time, and of course they all tried to keep everything from the wives, and we wives heard things long before they ever got back to tell us.
Yeah.
And so the grapevine had it that they were coming back, and the latest selection had been announced, 2 more astronauts. And by this time, I guess he's out of the space school and everything. He had won the Hans Award and everything, and they were all on their tongues. Nobody Scott and Mike Adams and Dave Scott. And I thought, well, he's going to make it. And when he got home and landed and the dust settled, it was Dave Scott and who did I tell you? Ted
Oh, Ted Freeman.
Freeman.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. How did he react to that? Did he?
Very stoic. No comment. And I reacted
Oh, how did you react?
just like a woman.
Oh, yeah.
Why, I wanted to know.
Yeah.
Why was he not chosen? It was a disappointment. I'm sure it was to him.
Oh, I
A
can imagine.
bitter disappointment. But
Yeah. Now, was that actually before he went into the mole program? Did he go in?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Because, see, he had to be in the X-15 after the mole program,
You're right.
didn't he?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Now, I'm not, chronologically, I
Yeah.
am not sure about that.
Yeah. You'll have to look and see when Dave was selected.
Yes, now I could, because I'm not real sure, but I almost feel sure that mole program had
Mhm.
been
Already
phased
did.
out. I
Okay.
think.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Did anybody in the family go into military service afterward?
No.
None of your kids went into service?
No.
Uh-huh. Do you think that was just because of Mike, or just didn't want to have anything to do with it?
It could have been just their ages and the times, but they had, like Bill Campbell's, one of his went right on into the academy at Denver, and things like that. Not mine.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Didn't have any interest, huh?
No.
Yeah.
Now, but keep up with it. Oh, Brennan, they don't miss anything on TV, and we'd go to Barksdale for the anything like the Thunderbirds and things
yeah.
like that. Very interested, but not to be in it. Not they were not.
Yeah. What year was Brent born?
Brett was born in '58.
Okay, yeah. So he would have been eligible for service in the 70s, and that was just not a time to be in the
No,
military.
that's
Yeah.
right. They
That's
were in school.
Yeah. Yeah, I was in the Air Force during the 70s. It was not a good time to be
No,
there.
no, that's true.
Everybody hated
so it's
military.
Never been, it's never been a time for my children,
Mhm. Okay.
But oh, they keep up with these space programs, the X-15 and anything like that.
Mm.
They are keenly interested.
Yeah. Okay. Now you say you went out to Edwards for all of his flights. Were there any other special moments that stood out? Not talking about the crash or anything. Just anything that stood out about your times when you got to go out there and watch him go. Was there any images that you hold in your head from those times?
Well, just the fact that it looked like Flash Gordon, it was just real exciting. There's nothing but big space, and all the activity going on.
Mm-hmm.
It was exciting
Yeah. Okay.
and scary.
Yeah. I'm sure you always breathed a sigh of relief when he was safely on the ground.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, tell me about the day, November '67. You were out there. You said his mom was with you also.
Well, they whisked us away. I remember that. We were standing, listening to everything, and of course it was just everything was going awry. And they quickly got us out of there and away. And I can remember that to try to cope, I wanted to help her. I wanted to be sure that she was protected from whatever, so I was trying to be the mother hen to her when I was probably falling apart.
Oh, I can imagine. Yeah. Can you remember before the flight, the stuff leading up to the flight, how you felt about this? You were going out there
I
specifically?
did not know it was his altitude flight.
Oh, you didn't know?
No.
Oh, they didn't
He
tell
never-
you this was going
He
to be.
did not tell me.
Oh, okay. What was the reason that his mom went out then, just to see a
She
flight?
was here.
Uh-huh.
She was there for Thanksgiving. She'd come down for the holidays,
Uh-huh.
and so I always went. So she did too.
Uh-huh. So neither one of you knew that this was going to be a special
No.
astronaut qualification
No.
flight then? I see. Okay. I didn't realize that. I always thought that they'd done something special because of that.
No.
So, okay. Okay. So you were in the control room when you heard that things were going. Could you tell right away that something was going wrong?
I knew.
Yeah. 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 What was the mood in the control room? I mean, were
Get
people?
them out of here.
Yeah. Yeah. So as soon as something started to go wrong, they just whisked you away right then. So, okay. Where did they take you?
Don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah. Now you said that in the long run they tried.
Probably a briefing room.
Yeah.
I don't know where they took me.
Do they keep somebody with you to be with you, or
Maybe.
they just?
I
Yeah.
don't remember.
Okay. Yeah. What about the aftermath and stuff? You said that they would try to bend over backwards to.
Well, no. Oh yes, they were gracious, and they were all. I know they were totally devastated about the whole thing. But it was later on that they would have the briefings, and I was asked to come, and that's when I argued with them because I didn't like the comments that they would make. They would say, could be vertigo, and they couldn't, but they knew that it was he was getting erroneous readings and things like that, and I don't know, it just turned to
Yeah.
it was a real
Did you get the feeling that they were trying to pin the accident on him?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and which violent. I've got clippings and paper writings. Of course, I wrote myself, but it would just infuriate me when they would make these little subtle comments about, what it could have been, and that he became who wouldn't come disoriented in a spin, what do you call it, supersonic spin?
Mhm.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
And I don't know, I don't suppose we'd ever know, but they just said that something was wrong on that particular ship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know if you know that there was if you look in the cockpit, there was this one main indicator right in the center of the cockpit that it could actually, it was just like a needle. That, so you're like centering this needle. The thing was that could be used for different things. It didn't always mean the same thing. So as you say, if you get disoriented in something, and if you didn't know which indication that was supposed to be signifying at that specific time, that it could definitely screw
Right,
things up
and
pretty
see,
bad.
I'm sure that at that speed and all, and with the yaw, and something about a yaw control and that little needle, and then of course with he probably did become disoriented by going into a spin or something, and then he finally though righted that ship out of, with some, some kind of force. He managed to get it right, and Pete Knight was pushing for him and pulling for him, and I even got angry with Pete Knight because he was on the control. Now that's bad.
Did you think there was something in your mind that was blaming Pete or something at that time? If that's why you got angry
No,
for
just
him?
later.
Oh, okay.
And I wanted him to stand up for Mike and not let them say that he was, that vertigo or things like that would have caused that.
Yeah.
There's far many more factors than that.
Right. So Pete didn't stand up for him after that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah. Did the other pilots or the X-15 pilots or their families give you any support afterwards?
Not that I remember. I'm sure they did. They were all there. I can remember making this comment when they all pile in your house, like we all had to. I said, "Now it's my turn." Oh, that was terrible. I said, "I guess it's my turn." I wasn't very happy. Anyway, I'm sure they were all kind, and I remember Ingalls' wife, Joe Ingalls' wife, Mary. I remember her being there. They probably all around there, sort of a blur.
Yeah. I can imagine that time. It's got to be just traumatic to think about.
It was.
Yeah, those moments and stuff. You were talking a little bit again about before the astronaut wings ceremony. They presented you with his wings and stuff. Can you tell me about that?
Well, Pete Knight and we were to go to Washington. He was going to get his, and we would get ours. I would get Mike's posthumously.
Yeah.
And before you knew it, we were not to go to Washington. We would go over Shreveport, Barksdale, and some general there would give us ours. Keep that woman out of the limelight. Don't rattle her cage. So anyway, that's what happened. That was okay.
And do you know about how long after the accident that took place?
We have a picture there, and you can. It was probably a goodly
date.
while.
Yeah. Okay.
But you can look those dates up
Yeah, I'll see
because
what
I
the date
have
is.
that. The
Okay.
picture.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So originally it was supposed to be the same day that Pete got his wings. That was the original
Probably.
intent. Okay.
Probably. Yes.
Yeah.
And they finally thought, well, we'll have to do something for that lady. As an afterthought, but no, it was just, you can't help but be bitter.
Mm-hmm.
When you have to go through something like that.
Yeah.
You just think what could have been. And I don't remember them being, some of my friends were, but they weren't with the X-15 program.
Mm-hmm.
I had some real good friends that they helped me compile a letter, and they told me some of the things that I needed to know that were more technical than I knew.
Yeah.
And he was a brilliant man. He was either a colonel or something there.
Yeah.
So I had some good friends.
That's good. It's good when people stand behind you.
Oh yes, they did.
That's good.
But they whisk you out of there in no time,
Yeah. Were you forced to move out of Edwards fairly quickly?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Didn't want you to stick around long after that, huh?
No.
Yeah. Had they even finished the investigation?
No.
No. How long was it after the accident when you had to leave?
I don't know.
Was it a few weeks or?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you come directly back here to Louisiana? Then?
Yes, because I had my sister lives in Columbia,
Okay.
so we didn't know what else to do but go there rather than go to Sacramento. You go back to your own people.
Right.
My children weren't too happy. The boys did not like the South.
Oh yeah.
They liked the schools. They got in trouble because they didn't say yes ma'am and no ma'am. That was funny. They had a time adjusting. They really did. Now Lisa didn't so much. She was younger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And being a girl, she managed to do better. The oldest one had a rough time.
Mm-hmm.
Brent finally came around. He was fine.
Yeah. What actually did all three of the kids end up doing with their lives?
The oldest one, Mike, got a degree from Louisiana Tech in liberal arts, like photography. He's very good. Then he did not want to pursue that, so we sent him to LSU. That's a big college down in Baton Rouge. He got a degree in landscape architecture. He is excellent in that. Do not ask me what he's doing today. He is doing neither. Brent got a degree from Louisiana Tech from Northeast, it was Northeast then, here in town. He got it in geology. That's when geology had bottomed out, so he never did that. And Lisa went to Louisiana Tech and got a degree in petroleum engineering, got a job with Schlumberger, and has been with them ever since.
Oh. And
Has done great.
And she's in Houston now.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
A mother and a career woman.
All right. How
Mother
many
of
kids does
3.
she have?
3. A
Wow.
girl, and then 5 years later she had twins, a boy and a girl.
Oh, wow. Yeah. She get a chance to come back and visit
She's
you?
amazing. Yes.
All right.
She is a great gal.
All right. All right. She getting pretty high up in the company?
Well, she would have even gone farther, but she told them she was not going to be flying hither and thither and going to Jakarta and staying all these places. They were really pushing for her. You know, don't have many women in. They did not have many women in Schlumberger, and she started from the ground up. She started out as a field engineer, as a logger. She went out all hours of the night to test those logs, and they would call for her. And then she finally worked her way up, and they started just moving her up. But you had to go to Paris, you had to go here, you had to go to London, you may have to go there and live for several years. And with those 3 children, she chose just to forego climbing the corporate ladder and taking care of her children and continuing to work.
Yeah. I'm probably a lot happier because of it, I'm
Yes,
sure.
yes.
Oh, yeah. That's great. Yeah. So how old are her kids now?
Lane is 14, a real achiever. And Brent and Lauren are Brent and Lauren are 8.
Oh, okay.
They'll soon be 9.
All right.
Darling children.
All right. That's great. I'm very happy for her. That's wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now, where's your other son at now?
Mike.
Yeah.
He's here in town. He works for
Oh.
the Civic Center.
Okay.
Likes his job. Mike can't be pressured, and he has 2 children, but they live with the mother in San Antonio, near San Antonio,
Okay.
and they are darling children.
Okay.
They're 7 and 8.
Yeah.
And Brent has no children but a stepdaughter.
Yeah, I got to meet his wife today also
Yes,
up there.
she's a love.
Very nice. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. He's going great guns on that rocket lube out there.
Oh, I know it. He's about to make a nervous wreck out of it.
I'm sure. Said he's supposed to open here in about 3 or 4 days.
And his
so-
wife said, we're 1 week from being ready.
Yeah.
But it's too late. They've already put out the ads.
Oh boy. Still got to get all the signs up and everything else. Got some cool furniture out there.
I know.
Yeah.
Looks like the Jetsons.
Yeah. He looks like he's having fun out there, I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah. That's why some people are too. They just love to be under that pressure. Gotta get everything done. Gotta get
Yes.
everything done. Wouldn't know what to do without it. So.
Right.
Yeah, very nice guy. Yeah, I'm glad I finally got a chance
He
to
is.
meet him.
He comes for lunch every day. He's my love.
All right.
And George is just so disappointed if he doesn't show up for lunch.
Oh yeah.
And he's not much of a talker either. He's like his dad.
Ah.
Now the other one is very voluble and more like his Uncle George.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, George's pretty good. I really enjoyed talking with him.
He is.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so when I went up to talk to him once, I went back to do a follow-up interview, and one of the things he did was, well, you don't really need to waste your time talking to me anymore. So we got in a car, and he drove me to this other guy, and it was like Mike's best friend from high school.
Yes.
And we sat down and talked to him for a while. So
How interesting.
that was pretty fun.
Yeah.
That was pretty fun. Yeah. Yeah, what was there? I love there was one of the shots in the high school yearbook, and it showed Mike in like the school play and stuff. And that's the kind of things that you just don't associate
Right,
with him.
right.
Just great stuff. Yeah, yeah. It's things like that. The picture of him out there after an abort for rain with the umbrella and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Those are great.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah. People never get to see these things. They don't understand this stuff, and they just see the statistics and all little details.
Too
of what-
clinical.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I hope I can get some of this out and do it all justice for everybody. So, and I certainly appreciate, your yourself and the other families that have taught.
I wish I could fill in more on some of those things. A lot of it now is a blank.
No, no problem. Oh yeah, I wish I'd started this a lot sooner and stuff. But
Yes, I used to could talk for hours at a time telling detailed things,
yeah,
I don't do that so much anymore.
yeah. Was there anything about that time? Are there any other things not necessarily associated with the X-15 that stood out? Any things that you did together, or just things that happened on the base, or things like that?
Well, it was just a real fun time. We had good friends, we were always getting together, and we were constantly, he would love to ride through the countryside. We saw more strange areas that no one else, I guess, ever could see or find. We'd go up into the Tehachapi,
Oh, yeah.
and see these strange looking quail. We'd go up toward Kern County, and there was a beautiful stream up there. Wherever Mike was, he was out. And I told him, we always drove along, he was hunting a hawk or something that was sitting in a tree or on a line.
Yeah.
And he liked music, and we did too, and the kids did too.
What kind of music did he like?
The popular music.
Oh, okay.
He had lots of, like Al Hurt,
Oh, yeah.
people like, he had lots of records and things like that.
Yeah.
Then, of course, the kids came along, and we just grew up on the Beatles and all of that. Whatever they liked, that's what we had.
Mhm.
But Mike liked lots of different things. He played the guitar,
Mhm.
played the piano,
Mhm.
and the accordion. He was talented. Kids have any talent like that, which they did. They used to play in bands. They got it from their dad, not from me.
Yeah. So Brent and Mike and Lisa all played instruments?
Lisa played piano. The
Oh,
boys
okay.
played in bands all the time. They had one called it had something to do with it. Wasn't the X-15? Brett can tell you that. I've
Oh, okay.
forgotten. But they had one named. They don't get far away from their dad and his achievements or his life. They always bring it in.
All right. So they were always very proud of their
Oh,
dad.
very.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm sure you helped instill that in them too.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
He was an amazing person.
Yeah.
Very dedicated. If he set his mind to do something, you could just bet he was going to get that done.
Yeah. Was he good with the family though too? You said he was very stoic. He didn't talk a lot and stuff.
Oh
but-
yeah, he was okay, but he was gone a lot.
Yeah.
The bulk of the child disciplining and rearing was left up to me.
When he came back though, was he a loving dad to the kids?
Oh yeah, and especially Lisa.
Uh,
And he wanted the others to go hunting or fishing or riding a motorcycle with him.
uh-huh.
He was good about that. Wasn't just doting. You can't say he was doting, but with Lisa, father daughter.
Yeah. Yeah. Did she like to go out on camping trips with him?
No, this
No.
was just a close relationship when he was at home.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it's pretty interesting that she chose an engineering type career and stuff
Right.
again.
Well, she's got that mathematical mind like he
Ah.
had. She's very good in that.
So she inherited that.
Mike did not. The oldest one,
Mhm.
he had the liberal arts
Mhm.
mindset.
Yeah. Okay. Besides being a mother of 3 great children and the wife of a hot test pilot and all that stuff, what other interests did you have?
Let's see what I like to do. I loved working in my flower garden. You didn't do that at Edwards.
Yeah.
And friends. I had lots of friends. I liked to read, and I liked to go to school. I loved college.
Oh, okay. Did you follow on after college and stuff? Did you take courses and stuff in the evening and
Well,
things like
I
that?
see. I only had 2 years when Mike and I married, and after we came back here, I went on to school. Went back to ULM, and finished my master's plus 30, and decided I'd be a teacher. That would give me time with the children at home.
Mhm.
I didn't like teaching,
Mhm.
so it was too late for me to jump in and try to corral kids in this day and time
Oh yeah.
in the South.
Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't work, so I gave that up after 3 years. But I have all that education. I had all those counseling courses, which came in real handy. Loved school. I always had. I was always a good student, even in high school. And so then I worked for the state as getting people jobs, worked in placement and in counseling.
Okay. Tell me about meeting your new husband.
He'll tell you right now, I wouldn't take any of his courses because he gave those methods courses where you make scrapbooks and he worked you too hard. And they said, no, she wouldn't take my class because she didn't want to work that hard. His first wife was an actress. She and he were great working together, and they have one daughter. She's a love. And she died, though, with early on. Heart condition. I think in the 70s, 73. But anyway, no. My friends just insisted we'd get together, and I was a widow for 8 years. And the children were not real excited about anyone coming in. And when anyone would come to call and to pick me up for something, my daughter went to the door and she said, Mom, your ride is here. Just like a carpool.
Okay.
Embarrassing. But anyway, George is a fine man. Never meddled in, never tried to discipline the children. That was my, they were older then anyway.
Yeah, it's quite a difference, too, going from a test pilot's wife to a professor's wife.
Right.
Yeah, and the engineering side of things and versus the theatrical side of things. Yeah.
But he has a real good sense of humor. So funny. He just makes the face said, if you can't laugh when you come to Freida and Georgia, you're dead. Because we just have something going on all the time, and he'll have these answers that will just crack you up. And in the hospital, he just kept the nurses in stitches.
Yeah.
When he had his stroke and everything.
Yeah. How long
like
ago was that?
He had his first stroke in about 90 or something, and then had to have the second one about a year or so ago. He was out in the hot sun with at a park doing Benjamin Franklin in this awful hot suit. He did either George Washington or Benjamin Franklin on the 4th of July. He would always go to the churches portraying St. Paul or Matthew or somebody like that doing these things, after he retired. He was as busy as any man you ever saw. He did ballet for years. He would do her Drusseldorf in the Nutcracker. And even after he got incapacitated, Linda would still allow him to do one that would be not require a lot of dancing, but he would either be the grandfather or the, something like that.
Yeah.
But I said, no more now. We're through with ballet.
Oh, yeah.
But he loved that. And he's a pretty good singer and real good actor. Very good actor. And a great director. So that kept us busy.
Yeah.
And he loved talking about Mike. We'd be in a group. He's the first one to bring Mike up.
Oh, yeah?
Not I.
All right. That's pretty good. That's very good. Do you have a favorite play that he directed?
The best one they ever did was The Lion in Winter, but I didn't get to see that. I liked his wife was in that. I was quite in that one.
It was back before.
I liked the one he did was the one he was in. What's the one with the girl that? Oh dear, my mind, and we're on, aren't we?
Oh, it's okay.
Oh. Where she would say he was trying to bring her in and bring her up to being a lady. And
My Fair Lady.
My Fair Lady.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
I tell you.
Oh, I know I have the same
My
problem.
Fair Lady. Well, he was in that, and he did that part of the father where he went up the side of that, whatever he knows what you call it in the theater. Yeah. He was so good in that. But the one he directed was the one in Paris with the. Now you're going to have to help me with the name of that. If he were here, he could tell you in an instant. um, Marcel played in that. Who did that in the movies? Had to do with Germany, and oh, it was a good movie. It was a good play. That was real good. He did Showboat, and he had actors from, like he had Mercedes McCambridge here. He had Andy, the old guy that talked so funny, Andy.
Andy Griffith?
No,
Oh,
Andy.
Trying to think who else.
He's been dead for some time. But I can't think of that other one, but that he did. You would know that immediately.
Yeah. So World War II, you said, in Germany?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, trying to think.
Oh, it's such a good movie.
Oh, can't think. Wasn't it like Stalag 17 or something? No.
No, it's a musical.
A musical World War II. Oh, I can't think.
And they were in Paris. They were in France.
Uh-huh.
And they had all this dancing and...
We'll have to ask him later.
I will.
Okay.
That's ridiculous that I can't think of.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah, I have...
But he just did one after another. Great. And they would bring in these stars.
Mm-hmm.
And then he brought in the TV stars after the movie stars got so, I guess, pretty costly.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. Well, it sounds like a lot of fun that you've had.
I have.
Had with him. That's great.
Had a full life, believe you me.
Yeah, yeah. Is any regrets or something? Obviously, you certainly, didn't want to lose your first husband, but I mean, what are your feelings on that, looking back after all these years?
I would have done a little bit better. I would have kept a closer, kept more in touch with him and what he was doing.
Yeah.
I think sometimes I was too busy. Of course, every morning, we had a good life and all, but we had our ups and downs. But I knew just as well when he would go out early that he was over that house and wave those wings. So I would always be out waiting to see that go by. That was always exciting.
Yeah, yeah. Is there one image that sticks in your head of Mike? Something, again, that stands out, just one moment or something that you can think of? What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of Mike?
The way he would stand and look at you, with that head tilted.
Is he very serious looking at you?
Mm-hmm.
Now, you talked about your, George having a good sense of humor. Did Mike have a good sense of humor?
He did, but it was very subtle.
Oh. So what can you tell me about your dad?
Well, I know he was a avid hunter. He, loved to fly. What I remember, we'd go hunting, and that area we'd go dove hunting and stuff. He bought me a shotgun, and I remember going hunting with him a lot. He liked that.
Yeah.
And we were always a member of it. He'd had us in the gun club that were there at Adams Way up there, and basically that's what I just remember. Every time I'd come home, he'd be cleaning a gun, or if he wasn't gone on some TDIY or whatever they called that.
Yeah.
He'd always be polishing those guns, which I have now. So.
Yeah. She said he had quite a collection. How many guns are in this collection?
Oh, I don't know. He probably 27, 30 guns. They're real. Most of them rifles. A lot of pistols. Colt 45, Colt Python 357, 44 Ruger, all the pistols, and then he's got the Weatherbees and just collector's items. Basically, I wouldn't even use them.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So he does have some, as you say, collector's type guns. Were they? How old were these usually?
Well, I don't know exactly, but the shotgun I use when I go duck hunting, I hardly go anymore, but it was a Remington, I believe, built on a Browning patent, and I mean, it looks just like a Browning, but it's not. It's a Remington. So.
Okay.
And, some of the rifles, they were old probably in the 60s, but they all look brand new.
Okay. You kept very good care of them.
Yeah, he was real meticulous.
Yeah, yeah.
We'd get, we got through hunting. It was a routine with your gun. You go through, clean this and that.
Yeah, yeah. I went through the same thing with my dad too. Yeah. So your dad really instilled the love of the outdoors in you?
Yeah, yes, I like the outdoors myself. I'm not that big of a hunter though.
Oh, okay.
I just like the outdoors.
Yeah, still camp and things like that.
I love doing that. I hadn't been in a couple of years, but
Yeah.
I like doing the river rafting and the canoeing and that.
Yeah. Where do you do river rafting around here? Where do you have to go a ways?
Well, if you want to do any water that flows, you can do it all around here, but
Yeah.
you have to paddle.
Right.
So we go up in Guadalupe River, Texas, up
okay.
Arkansas. We got the Big Piney and the Mulberry.
Yeah.
I like doing that.
Okay. So, what type of, besides the outdoor stuff, besides going out and things like that, what other kinds of memories do you have of your dad?
I just remember him being a pilot. That was his job, like with the NASA, and I can remember stuff like him being in the space program where he'd bring home that food and all that. Remember when they'd go on their simulated in the mall program? He'd bring home those instant frosted flakes just to add to water. The peanut butter and the squeezed things. Yeah, they had all that, didn't they?
Yeah. So he brought those home specifically for you? Or?
He just brought them home to show us what they had.
Yeah.
Just he always brought home memorabilia of the what he was doing. I think it was always models. And he liked. I remember this really good going with him to. He loved to build model airplanes, and that was right in the beginnings of the remote control, and they had the places to fly them. Which here, that's why I love doing it too. Here, we have remote control. We fly the big quarter scale, and mostly the warbirds is what we do here. He did the same thing back in the early days, but they would be free flight. They'd probably have the let's see how big a motor, 40 cc, just the gas powered. We use the big weed eater type engines, but they did that. They had the little pulse. I got it at home. I'd like to show you, but I guess I'll have to take a picture and show you. It was like a pulse activated. Like now we have full 20 channel radios. You fly B-29. It takes two people, but they're all doing their little. Back then, you'd have rudder and elevator, and it wouldn't be any smooth control. You click it once, and it'd go up, up, down, down. So they wouldn't just, they'd kind of.
Yeah.
But they do that out there in land. I remember going a few places he'd just do the free flights, like he built a P-57. And it was black. I remember that. And we'd go out and he'd tweak it up, and then he'd start running with it and he'd throw it. It wasn't quite right. I remember it breaking. I remember him going out in the desert doing that a lot. I remember going out and shooting rabbits and stuff, just going down the dirt roads in that old brown truck he had. I'm trying to think of what kind that was. I don't remember. You remember that?
Just head off in the desert, no roads or anything.
Just head straight off. And go just shoot jackrabbits and stuff. They'd be as big as a dog.
Jackalope.
What else did we do? He'd take us down to the hangars. Remember we Mike, and me down to the secret hangar.
Oh, yeah.
We were probably 9, or I was probably 9. This was pretty close to the end. They had all where they had the lifting body,
Oh, yeah.
had all that. I remember going in there in the cockpit of all those.
Did you ever sit in the cockpit of the X-15
Yes.
and put you in there? Yeah.
I think I believe they had hangared all. They were all 3 in there that particular night. It was a night.
Yeah.
Yeah, we sat up in there.
All right.
I'll never forget that. Sat in the lifting body too.
Mm-hmm.
And all of them. I mean, they were all still. There was one orange one in there. I don't know what it was. There was a lot of stuff in there. It was that hangar that you know nobody could go in.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember going in there.
Yeah.
Weird looking planes.
I was just your dad and yourself and Mike that went in. Yeah. Yeah. That must have been pretty neat. Just the sort of an eerie feeling inside that big hangar at night.
Yeah, all I remember was, I knew what the X-15 was. That wasn't really any, but the other planes looked real strange.
Yeah.
That lifting body just, didn't look like. And then that real bright orange, whatever that was, I remember that just, you're like, God, what is that? And then there was the other one, like, I can't even remember what they were. They were just, it wasn't very big, but, well, it was big, but not
Yeah.
just massive. But there were all those planes.
Yeah. Did you ever take any pictures of you in the cockpit?
No,
Oh, too bad.
I don't think you could have a camera in
Yeah,
that
they
room.
wouldn't like that. Oh, well. Oh, I'm sure the memory and stuff was definitely worth it. Oh.
Yeah.
That's one thing I was telling your mom about, that I've been trying to get them to open up the cockpit of the X-15 up at Wright Pat, and they're being real, ornery about that. No, it's too fragile, and it's like, it's Inconel X, it isn't fragile.
Yeah, it's made to withstand,
Yeah. How many times that went in and out of the atmosphere? And
but they don't want to open it.
No. I was because as I say, I've gotten some of the pilots have told me stuff about what the aircraft was like at the end of the program, and they did certain things inside, some of which were like jokes with the pilots and stuff like that. And I know there was like a plaque that they supposedly put in there, and I wanted to find out, is it still there? Did somebody take it? Things like that. And just to stick my head in there and sort of get the idea, the feel for what it must have been like, to be in that position.
I remember it sitting in there. It was, and I was a little bitty. It kind of was a lot bigger, but it was little bitty thing.
Yeah, I think with the pressure suit on and a helmet and stuff, and how crowded it must have been. I think Scott said that when that canopy came down, I mean, you were pretty much locked in there. You didn't move much at all.
Yeah, actually,
Filled with instruments.
Oh, yeah.
when you asked me earlier, we only sat in one of them because he had to lift us up in there. There was like ladders they had.
Yeah.
So I always wonder which one that was. What number.
Yeah,
But he picked one, so
yeah.
I don't know which one it would be.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be interesting to find out. As I say, we've got all 3 aircraft now because Milt got number 3, because we've got one in the Smithsonian, 2 at Wright Pat, and now that number 3 replica, at least, that's there at Edwards. Yeah, you have to go back down there and check that out.
Yeah, I remember that. What's the historian there that was at the when I signed that?
Oh, well, they get the NASA historian and the Edwards historian. Edwards is Jim Young. The guy,
the other one, the NASA one.
The NASA one was Dill Hunley, and then he left. I think he left before that. So I'm trying to think of what the guy is that's there now. I can't think of his name.
Beck or something. It was a strange name.
I'd have to ask Tony or Dennis. Yeah, it's been a while since I've talked to them. I did actually most of my work with the history office on the Air Force side, over the NASA side.
Yeah, well, his office was a short. He took me on he's the one that got me in when I was out there. I couldn't get in, and then that Mikowski, what I can't remember his name. He told me to call this one guy. So he got me on. His office is right there by Bill Dana's, somewhere in there.
Okay.
Right out there where the 3. Right there.
Yeah. Yeah, still can't believe Bill's still going out there. He retired, 7-8 years ago or something like that.
Yeah,
he's still going there.
He was when I got there, he was so excited to tell me about the scram jets that he was designing back then, he was still, he got his books out. It was kind of like George. He was, now look, you know, and he was going through all this technical. And when these first were designed, he goes, I'm still working on some, you know, and I'm like, But, you know, it's kind of neat. He's still doing something. He's got all the stuff in his little desk.
Oh yeah, he's just not going to give up that corner office. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't blame him.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You said you went out for one of the flights. Was it just one, or did you go out for any others?
All I remember really is one. I don't, probably only one.
Yeah. Was your mom with you that day? Then
Yeah,
you were
I'm
all
sure she
together.
was, yeah.
Yeah. So
You had to be. We couldn't go out there by ourselves.
oh yeah. Well, and she said she went to all the flights. So yeah.
We went to all the way. Yeah, we only went.
They were usually in school.
Yeah.
I know we went to one because I definitely remember going out there and seeing those little vans and.
Did your brother and sister go with you that day too? Was the whole family with you?
I know Mike was there. I don't know if Lisa, she might not have
I don't
gone.
remember.
She was probably too, unless you were carrying her.
Mm.
But I know that Mike and we got to do that one time, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, did you get to watch the B-52 take off and then the X-15 come back and land?
Yeah, I remember walking under it where it was hanging.
Oh, okay.
I do remember that.
Yeah. See your dad walk out to the X-15.
I think I don't remember that exactly, but I did. I just remember being out there looking in the trailer, you know, those little trailers where they had you standing. And did you get? Were we close enough to see him walk out there?
Yeah, for that air conditioner, when
Yeah.
he'd walk like this.
Well, I remember I've seen that on film a lot, but that particular, I don't just remember watching him and waving goodbye. No, I don't remember.
Yeah,
I
you're
just,
like that. Yeah, I'm like you now. Sometimes it might have been
I do remember going out there on the
site.
you know, you're right out there on
On
the pad.
lake bed.
Right.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
whole right there.
Yeah.
Watching, you know, the whole thing. And it didn't take very long, really.
Oh no. Yeah. Did you actually see the X-15 come down for a landing? Could you see it come down on the lake bed?
I do think I remember that. But I remember looking up, not knowing nothing, you know. Looking, where's wasn't in there? Well,
Oh yeah.
A speck on the horizon.
Mm. Do you remember? Was it hot that day? Anything about the day? Any sounds or?
It
anything?
never was really hot to me out there.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's always a breeze.
Yeah, it seems,
Dry heat.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
seems like. I remember a lot of cool mornings,
Oh, it had cool evenings, cool mornings.
Yeah.
crisp.
Do you happen, as I say, do you happen to remember any of the sounds or anything out there? Like when you're walking around the B-52, was there any sounds? Just the people working, or?
No. There was always a lot of people though.
Yeah.
Moving, doing this and that, checking, you know, that kind of stuff. I remember how big they were. They're still big.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you ever visited the X-15s up at Ohio or at the Air and Space Museum?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And the one at the Air and Space Museum is nice, but it's hung up there. You can't really get access to it because it's just hanging up in midair. That's unfortunate. And the one in the Air Force Museum, there you can get up next to it. Although I heard now they've moved it from the main hangar, and they have to take a special bus over to the area where the X-15 is, so it's not in the main area that the public can get to, which is too bad.
That's
Yeah.
at the Dayton.
Yeah.
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 There was a guy that stayed in contact with us for a long time trying to get him nominated for what was that?
I know what you're talking about.
So, some type of flying award.
Well, he did win quite a few. You were
What
talking.
was it?
Yeah.
He was who was that guy?
Was it like Collier Trophy or something?
No, a real common one. I'm just blank all of a sudden. Trying to think of even the guy's name. He did a lot of stuff on UFOs. He was on a few television.
Bob Hoagland or somebody like that?
And,
Just escaped me, Bradley.
something like and I'm sure he's gonna still try to push it through. What's some of the stuff? Did Chuck Yeager ever get that award?
I just can't remember.
Some type of flying award. Not the distinguished, but
I think he has a distinguished flying.
yeah, he had that.
Yeah, you got that one.
Was it?
Something Hall of Fame.
Oh, the Astronaut Hall of Fame. Yeah, that's another thing.
That's
Actually,
it. Mm-hmm, something.
No, but it's not that. It's like a pilot or something, or,
Huh.
or some type of.
yeah. Well, yeah, it's actually interesting because I don't think they've ever done that. They have the Astronaut Hall of Fame down in Florida, in Titusville,
This is just.
and they've never done that with the X-15 pilots. That's something they should induct the X-15 pilots.
Well, this is
into
just
that.
some type of anybody that's a a great pilot,
Mhm.
that has done so much, that has done this and that,
Mhm.
has all the skills they get
Yeah.
they put them up for this award. I mean, it's a common thing. I cannot think of it. And if I said it, you go, oh yeah.
Well, if it pops into your head sometime, just let me know or drop me an email or whatever.
I will.
Okay.
I'll have to go back and look at that email. I got it. I saved them back from that
Oh,
long ago
okay.
to see. I used to keep correspondence with the guy, but he might not even be alive anymore. So I can't even think of his name. I'm blank.
Okay. Yeah. Well, let's say if you run across it, let me know. Yeah. That'd be interesting to follow the progress on something like that. But actually, to say it just gave me an idea because I'm going to be going down there and stuff. I'll have to talk to the people down there at the Astronaut Hall of Fame and see if they're ever thinking about doing that because they should do that with the X-15 pilots. That would be a good thing to do. They've done
There's
it with-
not that many of them.
Yeah, well, they did the Mercury, Gemini, and Apollo. Now they're working on the shuttle astronauts. So it's like it's time to go back and let's catch up on the X-15 guys. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So, how did you feel about having your dad as a test pilot? Was it just not a big deal for you, or did you know that you had a really cool dad? Or?
Yeah, I think we knew that.
Yeah.
We felt like that. But sad to say though, but after his death, that it got more popular. It was cooler then.
Yeah,
But, as right back then, it was just not like every day.
yeah,
I knew there was a lot of. It seemed like I'd know every now and then some of our people that there was a few, younger kids too. They'd be gone and their dad was killed in some type of
mm-hmm.
thing. I remember asking him, and he said that'll never happen to me. I do remember that because we were aware.
Yeah. You guys lived on the base itself.
Mhm.
You were in base housing. You
Yeah.
went to the base schools and all that.
Right.
Yeah. So everybody in the classes are everybody's the son or daughter of a test pilot out of Edwards. It seems like.
Yeah, or something in some
Yeah.
capacity. They were related to something.
Oh yeah. But certainly back then the X-15 was the top of the pyramid for.
Yeah, you were
Test pilot.
cool if you were in that. See, I wasn't really aware of that.
Mm,
You would have been more aware of house, he wasn't just a mechanic.
yeah. Yeah. Definitely not. Absolutely. Did the other kids, look up to you because of that, or did it make any
No.
difference? Yeah.
We didn't even.
Yeah. The nature of the militaries.
I think I was too. I mean, I was the fourth grade. I don't think we were really.
Mm-hmm.
If we were high school age, it might have been different.
Mm, yeah. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Well, tell me a little bit about what your reactions were when you found out that the X-15 had crashed.
Probably disbelief, just stuff like that.
Was it your mom that told you?
Mm-hmm. I don't like really. I hate rehashing that whole day, but
Yeah.
they took us out of school. They said something, to the fact that we thought somebody was sick or something like that.
Mm. Yeah.
Basically, it turned out
principal came and got you out of class or something? Was it?
No, actually, Frederick R. Dent III's wife came and got us out of the class.
Oh yeah. Were all three of you in the same school at the time?
No, Mike and me were, I think.
Oh yeah.
Lisa, I don't know who got her, but I remember Miss Dent coming and getting us.
Oh, okay.
She just said, "Oh, I don't know." She said you were sick or something. She was pretty smooth. But yeah, she got us and we went straight to the house and saw those cars. I knew something was wrong.
Were you mad at the Air Force or NASA or anything afterwards, or just
No,
just,
I never was.
just understood what the nature of the job was?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember about how long it was after the accident before you guys left and came back here?
It wasn't too long. I remember first leaving straight to go to Los Angeles. We stayed there with Thelma, maybe. I remember everywhere you go, you see it on paper.
And you were born there at Edwards, weren't you? Your dad was already stationed there when you were born, is that right?
No, I was born in Boston, Massachusetts.
Oh, okay. Oh. What were you doing back there? Or what was your family doing back there then?
Well, Mom can tell. That was he was going to MIT.
Oh, okay. Okay. So that was just before he got stationed out at Edwards? Is that...
He went to Illinois after that.
Oh, okay. That's when he was at Chanute.
Mike was born in Oklahoma. He was at the University of Oklahoma.
Okay.
Brent was born in Boston. Lisa was born in Illinois. And the dog and cat were born in California.
Oh, okay.
None of the children were born in the same state.
Wow. Do you remember much about Boston, or your earliest memories are pretty much Edwards?
Yeah, I can remember barely Illinois, the tornado. But not much of that. But yeah, California was the one I remember.
Yeah. So it must have been quite a change going from the deserts back here to Louisiana.
Definitely.
Had you been back here to Louisiana before? Visited
Yeah, we
family?
visited.
We came each summer.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Always get bit by mosquitoes and ticks.
Chiggers.
Oh.
Chigger, red bugs.
Yeah. Do you have alligators here?
Yeah.
God, they've been having so much trouble. Three of
Florida.
them. God, 3 of them in, a week or 2 weeks or something?
Well, somewhere a woman was just totally
3 women.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Florida.
Yeah, it says it's like 17 in the last 58 years or something now, 3 in a week. And it's like something's going on.
They're getting hungry.
Yeah, I guess. I remember being at Kennedy Space Center one time, and the guy we were talking to down there was covering one of the shuttle launches. And the guy, of course, we were out near the pad. We were taking pictures at the pad. And the guy said, "Be sure not to go out in the weeds there. You never know if there's an alligator there or something." And he told us this story about this family that he saw up at the visitor center one day. And have you ever been down there?
Yeah.
Okay, the visitor center has got all the swamp area all around it and everything. And he was out there one day and saw this dad with a 2-year-old child, and there was an alligator had come up out of the channel there and was sitting in the grass, and the father was trying to put the kid on top of the alligator to take his picture.
Oh, no.
He thought it was like Disney World. It was audio animatronic or something. Luckily, he stopped that really quick. Some people can be dumb, yeah.
Too bad.
Ah, jeez. Yeah. No, there's not mechanics in there. That's a jaw with lots of teeth.
All it would take was.
Yeah, could have eaten both of them probably, yeah. Yeah, it was right out in front of where the astronaut memorial is, right on that street right there.
Yeah, they got a lot down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're here too.
Yeah.
They have a problem with their labs around here. They go training them for duck hunting.
Oh, yeah.
Gone.
Yeah. Had such potential.
One interesting thing about Big Mike was, Brent was talking about model airplanes, they'd go TDY, and he would sit in the room and make model airplanes while the other guys like Dave Scott and them would go to the Bunny Club, because I know Dave called me to climb through his window and get the key or give him the number off this Bunny Club something. I was scared to death that they had to cross the street, get in that, break in his house to get this whatever he needed. And Big Mike sitting there making those. He'd have all his money when he came home because he hadn't gone out and blown their anything on his TDY money. He would sit there and make those airplanes, model planes, and bring them home.
All right. Did he make just the like the RC planes, or did he make just regular models for display stuff
I
too?
think he made display stuff, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Like all these.
Yeah.
We had them for a long time, but a few moves and they don't last.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I know how that is. I'm a model builder myself, and has lost many of them over the years. Yeah. Yeah. Were you aware that your dad was working toward hopefully eventually maybe becoming an astronaut?
I think we were, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. With all the
Oops. Go over too far.
space stuff, you know. Yeah, we were aware of that.
Okay. Yeah. How'd you feel about that? You were following the Apollo program at the time and stuff?
Yeah, like I
Thought
said,
my
I
dad
was a
could do
little
that?
young, but I remember. Yeah, that was all neat stuff.
Yeah. Now, what did you think about the possibility of your dad going into space or walking on the moon someday? Is that something you thought about?
I would think I would have.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he was an astronaut, so
Yeah.
so you can't ever take that away from him. That was something. He was definitely working toward the goals. His stuff in some ways was more relevant than what the Apollo was doing. So
Yeah, more pilot involved.
yeah. Did he talk with you or your brother at all about the program? Did you ever sit down and have him just talk to you about, hey, this is what I'm doing, this is what the X-15 does, any of that kind of thing?
Yeah, if he did, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I can't recall anything like that.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I know. I asked her about that. I got to ask you. Did you ever see the movie X-15?
The old one?
Yeah, the one with Charles Bronson and Mary Tyler Moore. And
I
all
think
that.
I did.
Oh, okay. I was just curious if you remembered it or what your thoughts were about it.
There was a few that I saw. One that had to do with the X-15 was like some type of a time movie. And where the X-15 was the shot and it stood still.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy, he went in, he some kind of how breaking the sound barrier went back in time, and he had to go get into that spot where it was just frozen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember that.
Oh, yeah. That was an episode of The Outer Limits.
That was, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, yeah.
what it was.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember that well. I get
Charles Bronson, I know
yeah. It's out on DVD. You should rent it out or whatever. Or grab one for the collection. It's always interesting to watch. My favorite thing is that it's actually bookended with just scenes of the X-15 and stuff. Like the very beginning is taken off and what have you, and at the end there's some shots of it. But it's all that's narrated by Jimmy Stewart.
Yeah, I probably enjoy seeing that again. I guess I saw it so long ago I don't really remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad. When you look back
What's
at
the
it,
name of it?
just X-15. Yeah, it just came out on DVD like last
I saw
year.
one. Well, I'll have to get that. I saw one
Yeah.
that was just sort of.
What did Charles Bronson play, a pilot?
Oh yeah, he was one of the pilots. Yeah. And James Gregory was like the head of NASA and whatever. I still remember he had his office in there. They had like this space mural, and the X-15 was hanging there, and then he had a shelf. And it had all these models of airplanes on it, but like most of the models were all B-58s. It's like the only ones they had to fill it up were with B-58s. So there's like 6 B-58s sitting up there.
I know these are things that if you really know that kind
Oh
of.
yeah. Well, if you really want a fun one to watch, there's a Japanese movie out there called Battle in Outer Space, And that was one, it took me a year. I just finally found the title of this just a few months ago and dug up this movie because I remember this from a kid, that there was some Japanese movie that had the X-15 in it. And I finally dug this thing up. They had whole squadrons of X-15s.
Oh my God.
And it wasn't one of the monster flicks like, Rodan or Godzilla or any of those. It was actually just, aliens invading the Earth or something. Mm-hmm. And they were sending just, all these X-15s were going out there, flying out there and defending the Earth. It was just, they had some that were launched, this way. They had some silo-launched X-15s. Really cool. So much fun.
They just chose the X-15. I'd like
Yeah.
Well, so you email me those different movies you find like that.
Yeah, I'll do that too. Yeah, say I found that, just finally got a copy about 6 months ago. I was able to dig up because I knew it was out there, and it just took forever to find the title of it. Once I found the title, I was actually able to find the movie. So
I remember living at Edwards. They would film movies out there. You could always see it'd be looked like a plane crash, but it was actually they're out there filming.
Yeah.
I remember one of Mike's friends was in one. I think they called it Jackrabbit Mason.
Oh yeah.
And I always I've tried to look up to see if I could get it. I'm sure it was a B movie, but
Oh yeah.
try to get a copy of that, but never been able to find that.
Yeah. There's another good one that was done before X-15 called Toward the Unknown. That was really good with William Holden and stuff. That was the X2 program. And that was actually a very good movie, even for its time and stuff. But yeah, X-15 is very melodramatic and all this other stuff. I don't know. A lot of people really hate it, but it's nostalgic. It's interesting. It's got some great footage in it and stuff. And yeah, Milt Thompson was the technical advisor on it and stuff. And he actually appeared in one of the scenes in there. I think he was helping get Charles Bronson out of the cockpit or something like that. So yeah, you have to go through there and see if you can pick him out. But
Did they use a real X-15 in any of it? Or?
they used real X-15 for some of it. They used a mock-up for some of the stuff when they had Charles Bronson in the cockpit and stuff. They didn't want to mess up the real one. Yeah, but they did have the real one out there for a few times. They were using the suiting van
What
and things
year
like
was
that.
that?
1961. Came out late 61.
That year we got there.
Yeah, like November 61. They had a big premiere in Washington, D.C. when it came out and everything.
How old is Charles Bronson? He must have been...
This was it was either his first or second movie. Yeah. And so it was right about the time Mary Tyler Moore was just starting to get famous. She was trying to break into movies and stuff. And so she's only like 20 years old or something when the movie came out. Yeah. I actually found a copy of the poster and stuff. I got a poster of it on the wall. That's pretty fun. Yeah. Do you remember any of the other pilots at all? Did they come over for barbecues or something like that? Or was he friends with a lot of the other people?
Mom would probably know more about that. I do. Let's see. I mean, I know that right down the street, Pete Knight lived. I remember going over there a lot. His kid lived there. As far as the X-15, who else did we know?
Dave Scott.
Yeah, he wasn't an X-15, but he was just an astronaut.
Well, yeah, you're talking about X-15. Joe Engel.
Yeah.
But as I remember, he didn't have any children, so.
Yeah, they were good friends with the Scotts. That year.
Jack McKay, that was one of George's
Yeah,
good
that's
friends.
true. Great job.
And
Huh?
who else was that?
Oh man,
Trying to think who. Rushworth lived right across. Wasn't he one?
Oh, yeah.
He
Oh,
lived
yeah.
right across the street from us at one of the houses where we live. And Mike was friends with a lot of them. They were just. I had my own certain group of women. Like the Gentrys and that group that were in the test pilot school together. A lot of them didn't become X-15 pilots.
Yeah.
But we still got together as X-15 wives and at the club and all.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I was always visiting with them, but my closest friends were X-15 pilot wives,
Which ones were you closest with?
And the one that flew the helicopter, Joe Vasquez's wife, Marge.
Okay.
and Marion Dent that he was talking about, and Kathy Campbell, who was Bill Campbell, who flew the SR-71 reconnaissance type plane, and some of those.
Okay. Yeah. Did you lose many of those friends? Like, was it the helicopter pilot? He died in the helicopter crash.
No, he
Oh,
did
I'm
not.
sorry.
He lived.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking there was another helicopter. I was just talking with somebody about a helicopter crash. So you said that. I'm sorry.
But then there were some of the others who divorced that we were real good friends with, and they went on. She still lives down near NASA, but they've been divorced for years. And that was Al Cruz.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what Al went on to do. He didn't get any. He didn't get an X-15, nor did he get in the space program. But he was a good military man.
Yeah. I think he flew chase
Probably.
on the X-15 flights.
I liked him.
Yeah.
And we were friends with Colonel Cotton, Colonel Fitzhugh Fulton. Ask Brent who that dentist was that Mike thought so much of.
Was he like the base dentist, or was he somebody off base? Oh, okay.
Colonel somebody. Excuse me.
No problem. Well, one thing I wanted to ask you earlier too. Now you went out for all of his flights, and on one of his flights is actually his very first flight that he ended up an emergency landing. So what was going through your head at that time? Did you know what was going on?
No.
Were you in the control room listening?
No.
Oh, okay. You were out on the lake bed for that?
Right.
Oh, okay. So they didn't tell you he's not coming back here?
No. I probably found out about it, shortly afterwards or something.
Okay. But they didn't treat you the same way there. They didn't like usher you off somewhere real quick or anything like that. Okay. Yeah.
Not that I remember.
Yeah. I was curious about that. Yeah. Let's see. I'll let you get going here pretty quick. But is there anything about your dad that you want to talk about? Tell me about some impression of him that you'd like me to understand about him.
No, well, he was a good musician. He played the piano real well.
Your mom said he played the accordion too.
Yeah.
And the guitar.
Yeah, he played guitar. He liked all that.
That's right. I got a picture from George that shows him out like on the front stoop of the house or something with a guitar on his knee. I think there's some shots even you kids around him or something.
Yeah, he did. He was pretty much. He liked a pretty good bit of everything. Just remember him, having fun.
Yeah. Well, most people always seem to remember him as the outdoorsman, the hunter, stuff like that. Obviously, the Rod and Gun Club at NASA and stuff, the street they're named for him and all that stuff. So, and you talk about his love of models, airplanes, and things like that. Is there any other aspect of him, another side of him, too, that maybe most people aren't aware of?
Nothing I can think of.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. I asked you this question earlier and stuff. I'll ask you the same thing. When you think of your dad, what's the first picture that comes in your head, the first memory that comes in your head?
What would be with a flight suit on, the orange,
Yeah.
out there on the lake bed doing something. That's my.
Yeah. His love of flight, is that, yeah.
And if there was a second image, it would be fishing or something in Lake Tahoe.
Was that his favorite spot to go, was Tahoe? Or?
I think he pretty much covered that lake pretty good as a child. I think they knew all the little spots. My uncle still goes, and certain ones they always went to.
I think his brother told me he went up Mount Whitney once, or whatever. Did he hike Mount Whitney? Am I remembering that right?
He might have been talking about.
Yeah, one
Dave.
of his sons.
Yeah.
That was
Okay.
Dave.
Okay.
I don't think Mike was a
Mount
mountain
climber, I
climber.
don't think so either.
Unless he had his gun looking for deer.
Yeah, that's possible. Yeah. See how high up they go.
When him
Oh.
and Chuck Yeager used to go
Yes, Utah and around.
Yeah, they'd always go big game hunting.
And they Mike never killed anything that you couldn't eat.
Mm.
So I said, don't ever shoot an
Yeah,
armadillo.
a sportsman.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he always, like I was telling him earlier, that you know, if you left, he'd get me right now for not cleaning those guns all the time. But
Mm.
you know, he was a stickler about that,
Oh,
and about
yes.
you don't kill stuff that you're not gonna
Mm.
eat, or you know, just a sportsman.
Yeah. So you bring home venison and stuff
Oh,
like that all
yes.
the time.
Salmon, they go up to the
Uh,
Puget Sound or something in Washington and bring home lovely salmon
mm.
and quail and dove.
Yeah, that's definitely a big hunter.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it definitely seems that way. I remember.
Hunt, fly, fish.
Yeah.
Hunt and fly, and then fish.
And fish, yeah. Cool. Yeah, I remember passing through some town or county or something in Texas on the way over here today. I think it was in Texas. Maybe it was actually after I passed over in Louisiana, and they had a big sign up that they were the capital of the area or something like that. Thought that was an interesting sign to have up there. They got a guy with a shotgun and a whole bunch of quails and stuff on. That was their sign for entering the city. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know where that was.
Yeah. I think it was over in Texas.
Yeah, it's probably East Texas.
Yeah, yeah, it was definitely this morning after I left Dallas and stuff. So somewhere over there. Yeah, it was a Longview area, something like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Marshall.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay. Was there anything else you'd like to share with us this evening at all?
I can't think of anything, but if I do, I'll let you know.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I certainly appreciate it. Say, I know you're really tired and stuff, so you got a lot of other things on your mind certainly to do there. And I got to say congratulations on this new business, and I wish you the best on that.
Thank you.
Yeah. So thank you again for allowing me to come in, especially at this busy time for you and whatever, and the great hospitality and stuff from both of you.
But we think it's exciting that you're doing it.
Yeah. Well, say anytime, please, if you think of something or whatever. Oh, yeah, she wanted me to ask you if you remember the name of the dentist that was his best friend or something. Swinson or Swinson?
That's close. That's close.
Dr. Swinson.
Yeah.
Swinson.
That was it.
Okay. Okay.
That was one of the men that he liked, and I think he went hunting with him
Hmm.
They might have.
that one time.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that. But that's the dentist, I think, that you're talking
Yeah. Just
Okay.
the name it would have never come to me, I guess.
about. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Swinson.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, most people when it comes to their dentist, they want to forget them.
he was nice. I remember having a mustache or something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it twirled
And
it
he
out
had
here.
to do with the Rod and Gun Club. I know that.
Ah.
With
Okay.
getting things going or something. He was Swenson. He was a
Yeah,
nice
Dr.
guy.
Swinson.
Okay.
He was a
Okay.
colonel.
Hmm.
And I guess, just to give you a little scenario of the different people's jobs that we lived right in the same next door. Mr. Vasquez, he flew the helicopters. Which kind were those? He was a helicopter guy. And then on the other side of that was Mr. Dent. He taught the test pilot school, I think. Like the head teacher, I believe. The other side of that was a doctor. He's an Oshner guy now, or
Or
retired.
was. Mm-hmm. He's
Yeah.
retired now.
And you,
And Rushworth lived across the street from us whenever we lived on Gaddy.
right?
Not on Doolittle, but on Gaddy.
Yeah, and then the Pete Knight lived down. You could see him from our house where they lived. What was the other people's name? They had the children. We went to the Los Angeles once with them.
Cruises?
Yeah, what did he do? Al Cruz.
Al Cruz.
Al Cruz, yeah. Yeah, he was on the Man Orbiting Laboratory.
Mandorphin Laboratory, remember?
Yeah. Yeah.
He was in this photo here.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. Where is Mike interred? Where's he?
Here in Monroe at the
Oh, is he?
Memorial Gardens.
Oh, okay.
He asked to be buried in Arlington
Uh-huh.
and was eligible to be buried there.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't.
Hmm. This is where he wanted to be? Is this-
No.
Oh. You just wanted him close to you?
Yes.
I see. Okay. Okay.
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
if
the
I could-
family in Sacramento didn't argue. That was all right.
Well, that's good. That's good. Do you keep in touch with that side of the family at all, with George
Oh,
and stuff like
yes.
that?
Mhm. Oh, my mother-in-law continued to come until her death she was 91.
Mm.
She came every year except the last year.
Yeah.
Was not able to make it.
Ah.
We had a very close
Okay, which
relationship.
one of these is Al Cruz? Let me
The
see.
tall one. Good looking.
That one?
Uh-huh.
That's what I was thinking.
No.
Not him?
I got to get over there.
That one?
Oh,
Who's that one? He looks real.
McClock, you know.
Who's that?
That's Al. That's Al right there.
Okay.
And that's Finley. And that was, I should have written all those names down.
Got a picture of you two together. Great. Cool.
Dick. That's Dick Truly. That's Brent. I've got to write. And maybe they're on the back of that picture. I don't know. But that's a man Darby Laboratory, so somewhere.
You saw that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so somewhere
Oh, yeah.
I've got those pictures
Yeah.
of who they were.
Yeah. That's one of those things when you get the pictures, you never write the names on the back. Oh, I know these people. I'll know them forever or whatever. And you always forget later. I'd still like to find him. I know he's got to be in some of these pictures. Parabolic plane somewhere, but I couldn't pick
Well, there's
him out.
one of them right there.
Is he in there?
Picked it out right.
Oh.
The leader.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's the one I took a couple copies of that. Let me see if that's one of the ones I did take a copy of.
They're all laughing real hard.
Oh, by the way, here's one of the other shots I got out there at the restaurant tonight.
Yep, you got the cypress trees on there. That's good.
Yeah, that was beautiful out there tonight.
You got my email. You can email me some of those photos.
Okay.
Get them on there.
Yeah.